We're millennials from Colorado. We are deplorables.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm a millennial from Colorado, and these are my thoughts on the election. I don't really like either candidates all that much. Neither of them really stood out, but one of the things that stood out for Trump for me was he's a fresh face. He's not been into politics. He's something different, whereas Clinton has been in politics for years, and she has proven she doesn't know what she's doing. So I think we need a new fresh face and go with something different, something new, rather than something that we've seen before and has been proven that doesn't work.
Hi, I'm Luke from Colorado, and these are my friends Bailey and Oscar, and we're going to have a discussion about why we need to vote for Trump-Pence in 2016. You guys can get involved and join the discussion in the comments below. So guys, Oscar, you're a welder, you're a tradesman. This is everything right now going on with jobs is going to affect us. Bailey, you're a small business owner. You really have to deal with the consequences of these restrictive regulations being put on our businesses and hurting our economy. Here we see it in Colorado, and we see it all over the country.
There's so much at stake.
There is, and you look at what Hillary wants to do, what this Obama administration has done, and the FDA, you've got the EPA, all these organizations put these restrictive rules on our business without any representation. Trump wants to get rid of that. He wants to get rid of regulations so business can grow. What do you think about that? He's a businessman.
Well, I think it's got a lot to do with, say, take the Democratic Party for instance. They talk all the time about this top 1%. This 1% that's so they say basically holding everything for themselves,
which they're obviously in bed with.
Which obviously it's not the truth. Do you want that 1% to be distributing the wealth, the people who are actually in the economy, making the money, running the businesses, to be distributing that wealth, or would you rather give all of the money to the government, who I may mention is much less than 1% of the population, and have all of them control it instead of the people actually involved in the economy?
Yeah, you see people our age, they don't like their things taken from them. They want what they earn, but they think socialism sounds like such a great idea. But why would you trust the government to take all your money and give it back how they see fit when they're already discontent with their government in the first place?
Well, cybersecurity is a big one because, who controls that? We don't know who is controlling the whole cybersecurity thing. We don't know who has their hands on it, and privacy is a big deal. I have nothing to hide, but I don't want everybody to know everything about me. That's weird. I want to be able to have my own privacy. I like to live a private life.
Hillary has done nothing. Hillary has been in office for almost 30 years, and has she created any jobs? Maybe a few at a corrupt foundation. Trump is going to create jobs in this country, and I don't know how anybody can say that's not true when he's already proven it his whole career, right?
Right. Absolutely. I'm voting for Trump because I see the opportunity. I see that economic growth in allowing the business owner to make more money, that as a businessman makes more money, they can pay their employees better. They can put more money into their business so that they can create more product, so that they can actually, because creating jobs aren't something that can be created. Jobs are something that fill a void. If there's a need for labor, then there's a job to be had.
Capitalism versus socialism. What you explain is a system that works, and when the government doesn't step in, it works and it fixes itself, it corrects itself. But socialism is the government regulating everything that happens in the economy. And you look throughout history, that is what has ruined our economy, is when the government steps in, they ruin it. Bailey, you being a small business owner, have you seen any of these regulations or effects starting to hurt you?
Oh, absolutely. It does directly affect me.
I can imagine.
It's only getting worse too. This tax season, with all the regulations of the shop registration and insurance, and then they're taking half of my money for taxes, I'm going to be taxed right out of business. I'm trying to start a life for myself and potentially a family someday, and with Hillary in office, I might not have a business. And I'm voting for Trump because he's a nationalist and not a globalist.
He believes that the people of this country are who we need to take care of with our money, with our defenses. You look at these people like Hillary who want to do things all over the world, and they say it's under humanitarian causes. I think that could be disputed. But they spend our money, and it doesn't benefit the American people. It benefits them. Somebody like Trump wants to work here. He wants to take care of the American people and put them first in jobs, with everything that we are getting ripped off on.
And save our rights. We're talking Second Amendment rights that
is
could be taken
terrifying.
away from us so easily.
You are just one step away. You are just one step away.
I'm Luke. This is my friend Bailey and Oscar, and we're millennials from Colorado. We are deplorables.
Business.
People like us feel hopeless when we can't get good jobs. There's nothing that will pay, even if they've gone to college. Oscar, you went to school. You're a welder. You're a tradesman. How have you seen that?
Regulation absolutely destroys businesses when they make it harder for the businessman to really be successful. When there's punishment for success, then it's hard to find a job because you're paying the government rather than your employees.
Yeah, and it's like you look at Obama and Hillary's clean power plan. That is going to kill our our energy business.
Oh,
that is
absolutely.
what
And
is the lifeblood of Colorado.
Coal and oil that's a job for me in my eyes. Coal and oil for a welder is a huge amount of work for my trade.
And it's necessary for our country to grow and expand. We have to have fossil fuels along with.
It's necessary for our economy.
That's right.
You are just one step away. You are just one step.
With Clinton and her deleting emails and that whole scandal, it's careless. Why would you ever do that? Like, using your own private server instead of using the actual server that was assigned to you is just irresponsible and careless. And how can we trust somebody with our country who shows that level of irresponsibility?
Let's talk about something really important to millennials. Open borders. Right now, we have such a drug epidemic. We know friends that have died. We just had a friend that died. How do you think that can be solved or resolved?
You know, with the open borders, that's just pretty much a free flow of those drugs coming into our country. Could be countless things: cocaine, heroin, that could have such an impact on us as millennials. Kids go and just dabbling in the things and thinking that it's fun, but
and Donald Trump believes that a country has a sovereign right to borders, as do I. We have a right to stop these drugs from coming in. We have a right to know who's in our country, right?
Absolutely. Having an open border is an absolutely ridiculous thought for safety, for us as American people. This election isn't about the world. This election is about us as Americans and what we need to do for ourselves. There are endless amounts of problems in the world, and I will tell you right now, we cannot solve all of them. We need to worry about ourselves first. Yes, I feel bad for some of the people in third world countries and such, but this is about us and our right to worry about ourselves and to make the world a better place for us. This is our election. This isn't.
That's why I'm voting for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is a nationalist. He believes in putting the American people first and making America great again. Hillary wants to put our money all over the world. She wants to bring us into a global market in energy, a global economy. That will destroy our nation. That will destroy our world. It will not work.
Absolutely.
And they have shown, she's been in office almost 30 years, that they cannot do anything right. They mess everything up that they get involved with. We have to stop this. Donald Trump will keep jobs here. He will make sure jobs come back. He will bring money back. He's going to get fair deals for us. When all these deals, you see NAFTA, who Hillary's husband created, and it's the worst trade deal we've ever had. It might benefit some of the people at the top of our system, but it does not benefit the American people.
No, and nowadays what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right, and I believe Donald Trump could turn that back around.
I know he can.
Just with
Trump.
woo!
Oscar, with you and your welding and your career really has a lot of dependence on the economy. If the economy is strong, there is welding jobs, there is creation. Donald Trump is a builder. Do you think that carries any weight with your vote?
Oh, absolutely. That carries all the weight with my vote. The economy is really what's important here. When you look at our biggest problem in this country is not racism, is not anything like that. Our biggest problem is our economy. Obama, in his 8 years as president, has doubled the debt that took us hundreds of years to accumulate with all of the other presidents. He doubled it.
Crazy. Unacceptable.
In one presidency. That has to stop.
Without business, without growing economy, we will never pay off this debt, and it will only accumulate.
No, and we have to pay for it. That's on us now. And potentially our kids, because
as millennials,
it's not getting any better.
This debt is huge. This is gonna take many lifetimes to pay this debt off.
Our children
are gonna be paying this debt. I'm gonna be paying this debt as a young person for the rest of my life.
They took Social Security. It's gone. They left an IOU. This establishment, this government complex, it is all for them. They want to keep their power and they want to enrich their friends. Donald Trump is an outsider. He is not responsible for any policy that is destroying this country. With Donald Trump in office, he is going to get rid of these career politicians. He'll put term limits on Congress, and that will change our nation. Stand up and vote. Don't
Drain the
throw your
swamp.
vote away. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp.
This is my first presidential election. I waited 19 years for this, and these are my choices. But so my thoughts for a long time was just, I'm not gonna vote. There's no reason for it. But over the last couple weeks and months, I've started less on thinking, okay, it doesn't matter who I vote for, but more towards, okay, if I don't vote for this one, it's just giving my vote to the other. And right now, I would rather not my vote go to Clinton. And if I throw my vote away, it's going to Clinton.